Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within them. But in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. So I do want to let you guys know that the deck that I'm using today is called the Deviant Moon Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, my information is in the description below. But just as a heads up, sometimes the deck, or rather the cards in it, like to flip over in the deck, and I do see them. However, I really only take cards that jump out of the deck. And usually if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put them back and then continue shuffling. But my goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. So I'm just going to keep shuffling until we get one more card here, and then we can get started. All right, let me just grab that card that fell out. So, before we get started, I do want to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, the best way of letting me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the World card. Now, the World card is a very awesome card to have because it talks about powerful endings, right? So I'm thinking that for a lot of you guys right now, you're going to see some kind of ending where it feels like you're entering a new stage in your life. You know, this is going to sound like the weirdest thing, but I think that for some of you guys, you're getting some pets because we have these 2 little creatures down here that I'm looking at, and I've never really noticed them before, but now for some reason they're feeling so incredibly prominent. It's like they just now appeared there. I've always noticed these little fish up here, but these 2 down here, they feel new. So it feels like for some of you guys who may have like had fish before and now you're getting like dogs or cats, and it feels like a big responsibility, so that's interesting. But for others of you, it might be that, you know, this sort of pet illusion might actually be children in itself, right? You know how some people will call their pets their babies. I feel like this is the other way around. Please don't call your children pets. But like I was saying, I feel like you're just taking care of something or someone here. So be ready to really give 100%, really give your all for not only yourself, but other people. So this is wonderful energy to have because you're entering that new chapter. And in this new chapter, you're going to be very independent and very powerful because my 9 of Pentacles card here is, I like to call it my single and ready to mingle card. But beyond just like the romantic aspect of that, you are reaching an independence that you have not had before, right? So whatever that looks like to you, you're getting like a level up in that sense. So let's say you guys are living with your parents, you're moving out. If you guys have been, you know, living on your own, you're making even more money, so you're even more comfortable, right? So it's something like that where you feel like you don't need to rely on anyone and you're fully self-sufficient. And I think that for a lot of you guys, you may have been like 89% or like maybe 99% self-sufficient, but this is the full 100%. And once you're this level of self-sufficient, the only thing that's left is to share it with someone else. And like I was saying, here we have sort of this allusion to building a family, like I was mentioning here in this World card. That's what this feels like. But here it feels like you're able to really do that. And it's very interesting because you have the 6 of Cups in reverse. So the 6 of Cups, to me, talks about nostalgia and sort of childhood feelings. But I'm feeling that for a lot of you guys, where perhaps some of you guys that already have families, you are looking to how you've reacted to things in the past, and you're really trying to analyze your actions, really like put them up against a magnifying glass so that you're able to, you know, identify what worked, identify what didn't work, and just be the best version of yourself. The most independent version of yourself, at least, because sometimes with the Six of Cups, there can be that energy of childishness, but because it's in reverse, like, we know that that's exactly the opposite of what you want. You want maturity first and foremost, which I think, sorry, I had a little bit of a voice crack there. Like I was saying, I think that's a good approach to have here, especially since we have this Fool card and, sorry, this Two of Cups and this Fool card in reverse. So, the Fool is a new beginning. The fact that it's in reverse means that there's sort of this delay, right? And that's very interesting because we have the World card here, which is the final tarot in the deck, or sorry, the final major arcana in the tarot deck. And then we have the Fool card, which is the very first. So once you finish the major arcana, you cycle back to the Fool card, but it's, you know, delayed. So it's almost like you're in this little moment of limbo when it comes to relationships. So this to me feels like you need to sort of take this idea and table it for a little bit and then let everything else work its way out, and then this is going to sort of be on the back burner for a little bit. And I know that like that's going to come as hard news to a lot of you guys. I think that a lot of you guys were really wanting to have a relationship right now, immediately, in this moment, but this feels like something where there needs to be certain things that need to work out first in order for things to really, you know, like the pieces are coming together is what I'm trying to say. Now, this combination is very interesting because, first of all, I do want to mention that, well, I should just get all three of these out of the way. The Chariot, the Strength card, and the Hermit card each represent Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, respectively. And with the World card, we have a lot of times fixed energy. So that can be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and let's see, which one's the other one? Aquarius. But like I was saying, here, it feels like you were left out in the cold and there is lack of movement going on. So I think it has to do with this like relationship thing. I'm feeling that for a lot of you guys, you received a proposal from some kind of a suitor that said, hey, let's move to this state together. Let's get hitched and just like go there. Or maybe you guys were even the ones that were proposing that idea, right? Sort of like a big idea, but like, I'm sorry, you guys, the video cut off. But like I was saying, this Chariot card really represents the lack of this movement happening. But like I mentioned, like I was going to say, the Chariot card might not even be like moving out to a different state. It could be something a little bit less like down the scale. So it might be like moving in together. It might be getting a car, something that has to do with movement, either physical or literal. For some of you guys, this might be like, hey, let's take our relationship to the next level. Like, let's move it to the next level and sort of be a little bit more committed, this, that, and the other. But it feels like there's something here in particular in love that doesn't quite feel like it's taking off entirely. But I feel like maybe perhaps in the past you would have felt very like heartbroken over that. You may have reacted a certain way. You may have done this, that, or the other. But I'm getting here with this Six of Cups and with this card, like the Six of Cups in reverse, I should say. And with this card here that is specifically talking about your independence, I feel like this is no big deal for you right now. I feel like you're more worried about yourself, which I think is like, that's where your heart should be at. Because, you know, with this Strength card here and this Ten of Wands, we have the less than optimal reverse upright pairing here. Ideally, we would want the Strength in the upright and then the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So that's telling me that instead of you being, instead of you having the strength, your strength is being sort of sapped away by all the things that you're having to worry about. If you had to worry about less things, then you would have the strength to take on this relationship and all the other things that you have in your life. But I feel like as it stands, you're kind of at capacity, like kind of at full capacity. And to take on more things could be very dangerous for your mental health, your physical health, like just your life in general. So I'm thinking that what you guys should do is take some time to work on yourself. You know, maybe go into a little bit of a hermit mode so then you can come out of your hermit mode with all of this stuff already figured out. And once that is figured out, like all of these cards, or at least most of these energies that feel blocked are going to be reversed, and they're not going to be blocked anymore. So you're going to really be able to start this new chapter because you're finishing out the last one, starting off the new one, coming out of your period of introspection, and really becoming this entirely independent person that can finally give the 10th, that can share the 10th pentacle with your partner, with your soulmate, with your forever person. Because I feel like that's what your goal is for a lot of you guys, is having a forever person, right? A lifelong partner. There's just all this stuff that's in the way first. And it feels like you're in this stage of really cutting out, finishing off this final chapter, but like this is where you are. The chapter isn't finished, you're finishing it off. So I feel like if you guys give this the time and the energy that it needs, you're going to be able to find all kinds of success once you finally do start this new chapter. But that was your reading first time around, Pisces. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Virgo videos on Saturday along with my new Pisces videos. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.